The disturbing story of Ruby Franke. It was just before dawn when a frail, barefoot child ran through a quiet suburban neighborhood. His wrists were raw, his body weak from starvation, and every step felt like it could be his last. He reached a stranger's door, knocking desperately, his voice barely above a whisper. "Please, help me. I need food." The person inside hesitated, then opened the door, and what they saw would haunt them forever. The child was emaciated, covered in open wounds, and clearly terrified. He had escaped from a house just down the street, where he had been tied up, starved, and tortured for weeks. The neighbor quickly called 911, struggling to keep calm. "We have a severely malnourished minor, requesting immediate medical assistance." When police arrived, they discovered something even more horrifying. Another child, locked in a room, just as abused. The home was a prison. And at the center of it all was a woman millions once saw as the perfect mother, Ruby Franke. Hold on, if you like the true crime documentary story you are watching now, subscribe to the channel for more updates, thank you. In 2015, Ruby Franke was a devoted mother of 6, living what seemed to be the ideal family life. Her YouTube channel, 8 Passengers, quickly became one of the biggest family vlogs on the platform. She documented everything: family vacations, birthdays, homeschooling routines, and, most notably, her parenting methods. At first, Ruby's strict approach to discipline seemed like tough love. But over time, viewers began to notice something unsettling. Her punishments were extreme. When her young son misbehaved, she took away his bed for 7 months. Another time, she refused to pack her daughter's lunch as a punishment, forcing her to go hungry at school. Concerned viewers started voicing their unease. Comment sections filled with warnings: "This isn't discipline. This is abuse." But Ruby dismissed the criticism, claiming she was teaching her children accountability. YouTube, despite the growing backlash, did nothing. And so, for years, the warning signs were ignored. By 2022, Ruby's parenting style had become even harsher. That's when she partnered with Jodi Hildebrandt, a self-proclaimed therapist who promoted radical discipline techniques. Together, they created Connections, a parenting program that encouraged parents to cut their children off from negative influences, even if that meant isolating them completely. Under Jodi's guidance, Ruby's punishments became crueler. She stopped allowing her children to see friends. She cut off contact with extended family members, even her own daughter, Sherry Franke, who had long tried to warn people about her mother's behavior. Then, in August 2023, Ruby and Jodi went too far. At 3:45 a.m. on August 30, 2023, Ruby's 12-year-old son made his escape. His body was frail, his skin bruised, his wrists raw from being tied up. He ran as fast as his weakened body would allow, knocking on doors, hoping someone, anyone, would help him. When a neighbor finally answered, the boy begged for food. He hadn't eaten in days. Police arrived within minutes. What they found inside the house was horrifying. Another child was being held captive, malnourished, weak, and locked away from the world. The children were rushed to the hospital, their bodies showing signs of long-term abuse and severe starvation. Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrandt were arrested on the spot. As they were taken into custody, they showed no remorse. As the case unfolded, the public learned just how horrific Ruby's abuse had been. Prosecutors revealed that she and Jodi had been tying the children up, depriving them of food, and psychologically tormenting them for months. They justified their actions as necessary discipline. Ruby's husband, Kevin Franke, claimed he had no idea what was happening. But her eldest daughter, Sherry, had been speaking out for years. She had called Child Protective Services multiple times, but no one took action, until it was almost too late. In January 2024, Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrandt were sentenced to 30 years in prison. But the damage had already been done. The case of Ruby Franke sent shockwaves through the internet. YouTube permanently banned 8 Passengers, and lawmakers began pushing for stricter regulations to protect children in online content. For years, family vlogging had been a billion-dollar industry, allowing parents to profit from their children's lives. But now, people were questioning how many other children were suffering behind the camera. The world ignored the warning signs for years. But now, the question remains, how many more Ruby Frankes are out there? What do you think? Should family vlogging be banned? Should YouTube be held accountable for enabling this abuse? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more true crime stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.